are the owners, right?
Good evening.
Good evening.
How's everybody tonight?
Amazing.
Amazing? Well, that's good to hear. So we stand up and get our program started. You don't have to stand up, Glenn. All right. All right, let's begin with a word of prayer. If you bow your heads, please. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day that you've given us and all the blessings that you provide. We'd ask that you would help us enjoy good fellowship tonight. Be with the Rotary members from Louisville who are not here tonight for whatever the reason, whether it's health or just busy doing other things tonight. We would ask that you would bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies and also bless the hands that prepared it. For it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, let's do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you. Please be seated. Do we have any happy dollars? Mr. Glenn's got his arm up and money in the hand.
My granddaughters last weekend on Easter were in volleyball tournaments. One in Washington, D.C., one in Providence, Rhode Island, and both took blue ribbon.
All right.
Anybody else? Happy dollars?
I have one.
Yes.
Just a reminder, it's coming close. There's a lot going on. They are bringing on May 2nd, they're bringing 240 third graders downtown to teach them about the economics and the growth of towns and some history lessons. And we are going to be represented in the Umbrella Alley for that. And then May 9th is Second Friday. So we will need everybody hands-on, 4 o'clock, to get the tables out and help get the food trucks all in position. And it'll be a little bit tricky this year because we have some new food trucks. And I'm trying to draw a map to be very organized so everybody knows where they go. So
Will there be a market down in St. Louis?
Not until June.
Not until June.
Yes.
Okay.
June, July, August, and September, the market days will be down in St. Louis.
So everything's uptown.
Everything.
Okay. And I know Rob left some brochures on your tables. If you would like to take a brochure home, please do so. There's more over there if we need more, by all means. So please help yourselves and take them home if you'd like. Any other happy dollars?
Yeah, I got one. I just wanted to thank our fellow Rotarian Rob over here for putting this out, because that's a beautiful presentation to promote Second Friday. So kudos.
Yay. Anybody else? That's it? Okay. Mr. Ziegler, do we have a song for tonight?
Absolutely. Up on your feet. We're going to work on flags a little bit later. So, come on, Turbo. It's a grand old flag on 4. As soon as Jim finishes the bike. Okay, check. 2, 3, 4. You're a grand old flag. You're a high flying flag. And forever in peace may you wave. The emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. May old acquaintance be forgot. Keep your eye on the grand old flag. All right.
Thank you, Mark. Barb, would you like to introduce your guests and make their announcements?
Oh, sure. So, I think we all know this is Flavie. She's from Belgium, and she has a little message she'd like to give the club.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank the club for sponsoring us to the trip to New York to see this weekend.
So, Ermac and Lydia originally planned to be here, but their host mom made an appointment for their nails to be done because Saturday is prom, Sunday they leave for New York. So the club did that. Little youth exchange update. So other than that going on, we're still looking for a host family. I will go ahead and reveal a little bit about the young lady who's coming to us next year. Her name is Serena. She is from Italy.
Right.
So yes, and she turns 17 at the beginning of next week. So anyway, if you know anyone who might have a little extra room in their house and a little extra room in their hearts that could host her for even just a couple months at first, right? We are looking for host families right now. She seems like a lovely young lady. I've sent her an email. I'm waiting for her response, but she is in Italy. Easter just happened. She is Catholic, and the Pope just died. So I'm gonna give her a couple days to respond to me. I know that she would like to be involved in a youth group, and we're thinking a gymnastics team might be a good fit for what she does outside of school too. So anyway, she seems like a lovely, lovely young lady, and any help you can give me in finding a place for her to call home when she's here would be fabulous.
You said that Flavie, I think, is headed for New York,
Yes.
right? Are you going home, or is this a tour?
This is David Yegley. It's the district exchange trip to New York.
Okay, every year.
So she's going. Irmak is going in Lydia.
When?
They leave Sunday and they'll be back on Tuesday.
Okay, and when is she leaving for?
June 15th.
Thank you.
They will be coming up here soon, right? Just a couple weeks.
Yes, 3 weeks.
3 weeks. They're on the schedule.
Yes.
All right.
Anything else?
The only other thing, I'm just saying this because otherwise I'll forget. Kathy, I have a library sign for you.
Also, wanted to welcome Glenn back. I understand that you had a hip replacement.
Yep.
How's it going?
I'm a bionic man.
Not dancing yet?
Well, not for everyone.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, rotor ball. Hey, I flipped it and I didn't spill it. Perfect. Would you be so kind as to pull out a name or actually take it? Grab one.
Jim Dutter.
Jim Dutter. Jim Dutter, you win $7.
Wow.
And if I'm not mistaken, Dairy Queen has a great special for $7. It even includes dessert. Put it back in.
Put it in the club.
Put it in the club. All right, we'll do that. Thank you. The Rotary District Conference is May 24th, which is a Saturday. It's in Youngstown. It's about an hour's drive from here, give or take, depending how fast you drive. It's pretty much all day. Registration goes from 9 o'clock until 10 o'clock, and it's supposed to go till 5 o'clock. Glenn was kind enough to send out an email to everybody about it for registration if you're interested. Our district governess, Elaine, has emailed me and everybody else, pleading for people to sign up. So I know I'm planning on going. I think Jim's going. Anybody else signed up yet to go?
I'm planning on it.
You planning on it? Okay. Well, we got 3 so
I
far.
might go.
You might go?
It would be going too.
Yeah. Well, Eva pretty much has to go because of her affiliation with the organizations over there. So at any rate, that is May 24th, and you're supposed to register by May 5th. April 24th through April 30th is World Immunization Week. And again, for those who are new, polio is kind of the the victim for Rotary, so to speak. Our goal, I guess, for years has been to eradicate polio worldwide, and it's about 99.9% done. If you're interested in donating something toward the eradication of polio, please do so. On your tables, there are amphitheater donation cards and amphitheater brochures. If you're interested in making a donation, that would be wonderful. Take a card. If you've got a friend or a business or someone who might be interested, please grab a card and give it to them. That would be wonderful. And there are also flag handout cards on the tables. If you've got some folks that are interested possibly in having a new flag, the young lady sitting up here got us 2 new flags today. So thank you, Kathy, very much. Appreciate that. That's always a good thing. So it's good to have some additional flag business. That's kind of what makes this group go, is the revenue that we receive from the flags. Speaking of the flags, when we get done here, we are going to go over to the flag barn. Does everybody know where the flag barn is? If anybody doesn't know, let us know. Let myself, Jim, Glenn, Denny. We're going over to the flag barn when we get done here tonight, and we will put some flags together, especially if you're new. We'll kind of show you how the program works. Hopefully we'll be there for, I don't know, an hour, hour and a half, maybe at the most, and build some flags. We had a number of flags that got pretty much destroyed last year due to the weather. So we could use some help and some horsepower to get some of those things done. The MAPS social is next Wednesday. It is at 12 noon at the MAPS Museum, which is right across from the Akron Canton Airport. Cost to attend is $10. And when you arrive at the MAPS Museum, tell them that you're there with the Louisville Rotary. Otherwise, you'll probably pay $15 because I negotiated a $10 rate for our group. And they will send you to the cafeteria there at MAPS, where we will have lunch. I'm going to plan on trying to have the pizza and chicken and potatoes and drinks and everything there shortly right after 12 noon so we can eat. And then you can go, you can either do a tour that they'll offer to have someone take us around as a group with a tour guide, or you can go out and just wander yourself. It's a great place to run around, and especially if the weather's nice, go outside and see all the airplanes and helicopters and all the rest of the stuff. It's pretty cool. There's main floor, all kinds of stuff, and there's also stuff on the second floor as well. So please, when you get there, get a brochure, get a map, and enjoy. It's a pretty neat place to go. I have a sign-up sheet so far. We've got, looks like 22 people signed up to attend, which is great. I'm going to pass the sign-up sheet around if you haven't signed up or want to. There's also a little brochure on the MAPS Museum here, so if we can pass this around, pass that around, that'd be great. Any questions on the MAPS Museum? Yeah.
Anybody needs a ride, I'll be driving. I got room for 3 more.
Yeah. If anybody wants a ride, I'll be happy to. I've got a van.
Hell, man.
Yeah, that's good. There will be no Rotary official meeting. All this is going to be is fellowship, social, have food, enjoy it, and do the tours, run around. That's all there is to it. There's no Rotary meeting at all. Okay? Any questions? Anything else? Have I missed anything? Please be reminded that we've got, again, next week is the MAPS Museum meeting. And then May 7th, we're back here for our business meeting at noon. That would be in 2 weeks. Anything? Anybody else?
I asked Mark to make a plug for me so that you didn't have to hear me again.
My wife teaches at Louisville Elementary, okay? And their science fair is coming up, and we are in need of judges. Well,
when is it?
It is the 13th of May.
May 13th?
Yes.
What time?
Yeah, there's four different,
Three different times.
You need
Here, let me look real quick.
huh?
He said, do you need any qualifications?
What time?
Oh,
8:50 to 9:50, 12:10 to 1:20, 1:40 to 2:50.
I'll take one of them, I'll take the early shift.
Okay, 8:50 to 9:50. I will probably be there for all three.
Can you repeat those times again, please? 8:50 to 9:50,
12:10 to 1:20,
to 1:20,
1:40 to 2:50.
1:40 to 2:50. So we have three different times. And how many judges do you need for each time? Barb?
Three?
Listen, I am not in charge of it. I just got the
I
email
don't-
from his wife.
because
Three for each time.
Three and six.
I do know they're trying to have high school students help judge too.
Okay.
They
So
want,
they want,
they want you to pair up.
yeah, they pair a high school student with an adult.
So if we could get, how many do you want, would you like to have from Rotary?
I would say maybe 3 or 4 for each time.
Okay,
Each time slot.
all right.
A dozen.
Elementary school.
Elementary.
At Louisville Elementary, as in like Washington Avenue, that area, down there, okay. Okay, you wanna write down some names here? How about seeing Mark afterwards, is that okay? Jim? Jim Edwards will help you out. Looks like Kathy will help you out. Anybody else?
I'm doing a shift.
Randy, if anybody's thinking about it, it's great. It's a lot of fun. You get to ask these kids a little bit about their project and hear it. So if you're not sure you want to do it, it's great. You'll have a great time.
What time, Jim? You wanna do the morning?
8:50.
Okay.
I'm on. I gotta tell you now, there's 100 things that I'll be looking at in 1 hour. It's that fast. They give you a kid to write down your comments, and he walks beside you, and you just gotta comment and move.
Okay.
It's
All
really
right,
neat.
so we got everybody written down. We got Jim, we got Kathy, we got Denny, Cindy Fisher. What time, Cindy? So that's 12:10 to 1:20 for Cindy Fisher. Denny?
Morning?
8:50 to 9:50
Yes.
for Denny. What time would you like to do it? You name it.
It's the 13th, correct?
May 13th, yeah.
Okay. Give me the times.
8:50 to 9:50, 12:10 to 1:20. Okay, 8:50 to 9:50. So you got three for the morning shift. Okay, that's a start.
Yep.
And we'll announce that again next week. Maybe we'll put together a sign-up sheet. Okay. All right. Anything else? All right. Our speakers tonight are three of our newest members, Cindy Fisher, Sherry Swisher, and Rob Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, do any of you want to go? Which ones wants to go first?
Go ahead.
Come on, Rob. You're up.
You're on camera.
Yeah, normally
He knows.
I'm
It's
on
his
the
camera.
other side of the camera, but so it's a little bit different for me. But my name's Rob Johnson. I'm a single dad of two kids. My son Tyler is off serving in the United States in the military and the Army. He's currently stationed in Korea, which, as we think anyways, because he was they kind of put him on a special notice and he's not allowed to call back to the States right now because they're maybe setting him somewhere else to help fight something. So he couldn't get into detail with it, but he's in what they call Patriot Missile Defense. So he's in a couple different, he knows how to run the big setup with the monitors and stuff, like he sits behind a desk, but he also can run the two other systems, which they run the semi trucks with the big missiles that go like this, and then the Humvees. But so I'm waiting to hear back. Hopefully he can just stay in Korea and finish his time out there, but he's over there for about another 9 months.
Is that Army or Air Force?
That's Army, yes. My daughter, she is 21. Her name's Hope. She is, both my kids graduated from Louisville. Tyler played football and wrestling. My daughter was a cheerleader. She did all-star cheerleading all her life, and now she's a coach, and she's also going to cosmetology school. Kind of a long story short, she went to school for sports med, finished to get her certification to be a sports med assistant, and said, I don't like this anymore, I'm out. So now she's cutting hair, but I just want her to be happy and doing whatever she does. But as far as myself, I'm the owner of Spotlight Media Network, something that's near and dear to my heart. When we lost the Louisville Herald, as a community, we lost our way to communicate and share information throughout the community. And I'm not a big writer, so one of the things I kind of do okay with cameras and so forth. And I decided to find a new way to do it, and that's through social media, through videos, stuff like that. We have a news thing that we do. We were doing it weekly, but with finals between the high school and college, because I have a few college kids, a little bit tough to get everybody dialed in right now, but we'll get back to it here in the next couple of weeks. But I've had a great group of kids come through. I'm actually working with the school to do something with the media club there and kind of grow it a little bit bigger. But Tegan Evans is one of my lead, and I'll tell you what, she just won KSTV Broadcaster of the Year this year, and she's been interning back here at Spotlight and helping me out. But Brooke Heron, as many of you know, not just a good basketball player, but she's really good. And Paige Folk, she's kind of like my rock. In fact, sometimes she helps me with my writing because, like I said, she's going to school for professional writing, and I'm not that. I do a little bit for Cindy with the Louisville Neighbors doing the Athlete of the Month, but we're also working on, I've worked with Brock on this, and we've created, and many people don't know this, but we created a community calendar, which is something that the Rotary is participating, the library, the Y is on board or getting on board, I think. I'll have to check where that process is, and we're trying to bring all this Louisville entities together. And if you go to my webpage at spotlight-louisville.com, down at the bottom of the homepage, there's an actual community calendar where you can pick the day of the week you want, find the event you want, and attend it, whether it's Louisville City Schools and their sports, or maybe the art show that's coming up, or graduation in a couple of weeks. It's all there, and we try to make sure that we can keep everybody informed as best we can. And then that's kind of what I've been up to. And as you guys see, a lot of times I'm running from here to there to everywhere, and so forth. So, Randy?
One of the things that I think is kind of neat is we're videoing all of our meetings now. And Rob does that, and he puts them online. How many people did you tell me a couple of weeks ago have been watching our
It
meetings?
varies. It's pretty wild, but Rotary actually has a huge following. I can get 1,500 to 2,500 views easily from just the Rotary meetings.
In 1 week?
Yeah, that's per week.
1 week.
People will watch it, and they'll watch the meetings. And I have to admit, I know my Uncle Gene and Aunt Lorene watch it from Florida, so I know at least we've got a viewer there. But it's actually kind of cool how things work. I work with the Main Street Committee on Second Fridays to try to put all their information out. And just, if you guys actually hear of something, let me know, because sometimes, even with as connected as I am with the schools and the city and stuff like that, I don't hear about everything. And half the battle is finding out about it, because all people come up to me and say, well, I didn't see it this, or I didn't see it that. And I was like, well, I didn't even know about it. So if you can, let me know about it. There's sometimes that I just don't even know.
How did you happen to get into it? Spotlight Media's only been around a couple of years.
Well, I started with another company, and we just had different visions. And mine was always Louisville, Louisville, Louisville. And so we parted ways. I kind of am a lot self-taught, whether it's video, building the graphics and the flyers you see, and just so forth. And like all the broadcasts, I kind of taught myself how to do it all, and that's where I'm at.
The other day I was having trouble watching a baseball game, and it kept starting over the first pitch of the first inning.
Yeah.
And I was in the fourth inning. Is there a way I can fast forward?
Well, I'll have to get with I'm actually partnered up. A lot of people don't know this. I'm actually partnered up with YSN. And one of the reasons I did that, and that's their player, they have 67 schools across the state of Ohio and Pennsylvania. And one of the reasons I did was because it gave our athletes here in Louisville an increased opportunity to create and get scholarships for the next level. And as a lot of people have noticed lately, our scholarship penetration has grown tremendously over the last couple of years. And I'm not saying that I had anything to do with it, but I think that the fact that we're getting more exposure to our kids and college scouts, they don't have to get in the car and necessarily drive to come see a Tate Aljancic or a Braden Gross. They can watch them online on the streams and have the opportunity to watch these kids. I mean, it's just something cool. But as far as the player goes, they're working on correcting that. They do know they have an issue. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes it does it because you're having issues with your internet too. So also check your provider there.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Rob is our video guy and kind of admitted that he doesn't do a lot of writing, but we have somebody who does do a lot of writing. Cindy, you want to come up and talk a little bit? All yours.
Well, it's kind of funny because I was trying to reminisce and look through my old albums, but I have a lot of old albums because I keep too much. And way back in high school, I had won the Rotary three-way challenge writing contest, never dreaming that later on I'd be in Rotary. But Denny, much to his chagrin or my chagrin, encouraged me to come here, and I was won over because he just kept saying, come on, come on, come on. And then Randy was so cordial, and the first time that I met everybody, I was like, yeah, this is really, I can get with what the Rotary kind of resembles and encompasses, and they're everything that we stand for, right? So I was not born and raised in Louisville, Ohio. I was born and raised in Monrovia, California. I grew up there, and in the 90s, I had enough of all of the gang violence and all of the things that I saw, because I lived through the Rodney King riots. And about that time, when I was a junior in high school, my parents separated, and my mom moved to Ohio, and she met and fell in love with a guy right here from here in Louisville, Ohio. And so my stepdad did go, and his dad went here, and so we have like two generations, and now through my kids, 3 generations that went to Louisville schools. So that's how I ended up in Louisville, Ohio. I decided when I came to visit her that I just loved Ohio, but I was here in June, not December. So at least once a year I go out to California because I need the warmth, and I'd like to be a sun lizard, but I'm not in December and January, and February here is a lot different. But I love having my kids raised here. I have now 1 grandchild. I have 4 children, all of which have gone through Louisville schools. One is a mechanical engineer, and he has a daughter that I love dearly as my granddaughter, and a nice family that also lives in Louisville. My son is in the Navy, and he does things that I'm not permitted to talk about, but I'm very proud about. He is currently stationed in Washington, D.C., but he is getting ready to go to Japan. So he's probably going to be a lifer in the Navy, and he's going to be there for 3 years at least in Japan. So my daughter, who semi works for me, but is starting to phase out, graduated from Louisville and then went on to Malone, and she majored in poli-sci, and then did a series of internships in DC, and currently accepted a position with a congressman in Ohio, and just got accepted into law school. So she, yes, we just got the news over the weekend. So she's going to continue her current employment and then do the first couple years online, and then go, for the last year and a half to actually physically be at the law school. So, and then I have a 10-year-old and she's at LES, and she's, I always say, like, if I didn't have my 10-year-old, I would probably just be so bored because I'm used to having a house full of kids, and my whole life is my kids. And if it's not my kids, then it's my gardening. So I do love what I do. I didn't start out doing what I do. I actually started out pre-med. So I went to Ohio State and I was pre-med, and I majored in biochemistry and forensic anthropology. I graduated with a degree in both of those, a double major, and came up here to Neo-UCOM and the University of Akron when they had the Neo-Com Akron kind of collaboration. And I got in my first year residency and I didn't like it. Because I'm a people person. And although where I was going was great, I didn't like some of the things that I saw in the medical field. And I was either wanting to go into neurology or ER. So I went into the forensic side of it, which is less people even than those. I ended up, fast forward, I ended up as the director of forensics in the Coachella Valley in California for a little while. And when they got defunded in 2008, California kind of went bankrupt. I decided it was time to come back to here. I had been there for 5 years and I missed Ohio. And where did I land? Right here in Louisville. Back in Louisville. I always kid, I'll never probably ever leave Louisville. I'll get a vacation home somewhere to go away in the winter, but never in the big city, because it's not my forte. So I love connecting with people. So when the opportunity came about to have a publication like Louisville Neighbors, I jumped on it. I had been doing some public speaking for a little while, and through the public speaking, everything was going wonderful until 2020 hit. And I feel like God has directed my paths every single time. So when the door for the director of forensics kind of closed on me because of the state of California going bankrupt, immediately I had an opening for public speaking. And then same happened after public speaking, or simultaneously I had this opening. And so I have Louisville Neighbors, and I'm also affiliated with Jackson Living, North Kent Living, and Plain Living. Louisville Neighbors is kind of dear to my heart because I live here. Kids go to school here, and I love the stories about everybody that it encompasses, and I just love promoting the town of Louisville and this area, so it definitely meshed. In my free time, besides my kids, besides my publications, like I said, I love to garden, I love to be outside. If I'm not in town, I'm either at the beach or in the mountains. So anywhere that doesn't have technology, I find my best times when I have an entire week off the grid. So that's me in a nutshell.
Thank you. Miss Sherry Hopalong. Would you feel more comfortable sitting down? You okay?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good, thank
All
you.
right.
So,
Like a medevac
thank you.
right here.
Yeah, I know, huh? I would like to say I had some type of fancy saving a child or something, but unfortunately, I just am getting old and I have bone spurs attached to my Achilles heel. So that's why I have this lovely boot. But my name is Sherry Swisher. I've been married for 40 years now, and we have 2 children and 8 grandbabies. My daughter is a nurse and has her own in-home healthcare business, and her husband have 5 children. And my son is an engineer for Wheeling Railroad, and they have 3 children. They both went to Louisville and graduated from Louisville. I'm always thankful that my son graduated because there was moments we weren't too sure. So thankful for that one. I have been in banking. I'm a manager for First Commonwealth. I've been in banking now for 28 years. This will be my 28th year. I started off as a teller at Charter One. And back then, they put me into what was called the Career Fast Track. And within 4 years, I became a branch manager. And so was there for quite some time. And then I went to Huntington. And Huntington I believe that God does everything for a reason. And I got the phone call from First Commonwealth wanting to talk to me about the right time because Huntington was kind of forgetting about people. And I have to say that 99% of the time I like people most days. And so I talked to Charter One, to First Commonwealth, and here I am 5 years later and planning on retiring from there. I always tell everybody that First Commonwealth is like a credit union on steroids, and that we do everything all the big banks do, but then we're still small enough that when I have an issue, I can call my CEO and he actually knows who I am. So that part's really awesome. But I graduated from Glen Oak, and then my husband and I, we were in the military, in the Navy. We were in San Diego for 6 years. And then he retired from the military, and we're back here. And we've been in Louisville now for 33 years. I volunteer for a nonprofit called She Elevates, which what it is, it's a program for girls that helps to teach them confidence and goals and just valuing their self-worth. So I've been doing that for 3 years now. And when I'm not hanging with the grandbabies, I love to crochet and bake. So that's me. So thank you.
Sherry, were you with the Plain Township Rotary?
I was, and I also was with Canton South. So I was in Canton South for a few years. We were talking about the flags, and then I was with Plain Township, and then when I transferred to here, I was like, this is crazy. Why don't I just?
Good. Well, welcome. If you have any ideas or suggestions from your previous Rotary times, please let us know.
Sure.
All right. Just a quick reminder. Let's go over to the flag barn after we're done here and put some flags together. You want to pull out the magic marble for tonight. If he gets the white marble, he wins the kitty, which is around $175.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Sorry about that. Anything else?
What are the odds? How many are left?
How many are left?
10, 15?
Oh, 5, 10, 15. I'd say about 18 or so.
Okay.
So it's getting down there.
And it's up to what, 180?
Somewhere in that area. Yeah. Anything else? For the good of the club? Going once, going twice.